you guys come on up. Oh, you sound like me, Kay. Oh, I'll open the water to start with here. Those darn grandkids. Love them, but they're carriers. And I must be susceptible. Are we ready? Well, good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. I see a good share of green out in the audience. And I want to start by saying congratulations to the Iowa State and Iowa men's basketball team for being selected to go to the NCAA tournaments. That's exciting, and I'm really happy for both teams. And I know today, I think the women's tournament selection will take place, and pretty confident that we'll see both Iowa State and Iowa women's basketball teams in that also. So I'm excited for the great things that are happening with Iowa with basketball. Today, though, we're here to talk about Iowa Free File program. It's an excellent example of how the government and private sectors can work together to help individuals and families take control of their finances around tax season. Through a public-private partnership, 7 companies offer free tax preparation software to about 70% of taxpayers with an adjusted gross income of $58,000 or less, and to help them file their taxes. And Iowa is one of 21 states, plus the District of Columbia, that participate in this innovative program, really allowing eligible taxpayers to file both their federal and their state returns for free. To take advantage of the Iowa Free File program, you simply need to go to the Iowa Department of Revenue website at www.iowa.gov/tax and click on the e-file electronically logo. Free File empowers taxpayers to take charge of their taxes and keep more of their hard-earned money. The software does the hard work by helping people complete their return while taking advantage of credits and deductions for which they are eligible. And the faster returns are processed, the faster that they receive their refund back in their pockets. Taxpayers who e-file and use direct deposit generally receive their refunds in as little as 2 weeks. And one of the best parts of the program is that people can participate from anywhere that has internet access, at a volunteer income tax assistance site, a community center, a local library, or even from your own home. Free File is a win-win for taxpayers, industry, and government. So now I'd like to turn the podium over to Director Courtney Kleidecker, who will tell you a little bit more about the program.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Reynolds. I'm pleased to be here today. As we know, it's tax filing season, so it's a fun time for us at the Department of Revenue, perhaps a less fun time for some others. The Free File program is great. It makes it easy for taxpayers to file their federal and state returns together at the same time, and by using software that is commonly known out there in the market. The Free File software providers are well known and include providers such as TurboTax and Cedar Rapids Zone Tax Act. By using the Free File program, eligible taxpayers can take charge of their refunds with software that helps them get every dollar to which they are entitled, and at no cost for filing. By making it easier for Iowans to file electronically, we're also helping the state of Iowa taxpayers and reducing the cost of government, which is part of one of the governor's goals. For example, the cost to process a paper return is $1.76, which doesn't seem like a lot until you multiply that by hundreds of thousands of returns, whereas the cost of filing an electronic return is roughly 18 cents. So that's a savings of about $1.56 per return, which is quite big. In addition, when you file your return on paper, we find that the error rate is roughly 33%. That is 33% of the returns will have an error on them, whereas e-filing, that software helps pick up a lot of the errors, and the error rate is about 8%. As Lieutenant Governor said, you get your refund back much more quickly by using the electronic system, which we all like. Tends to be in less than 2 weeks, whereas a paper filed return can take significantly longer. Last year, over 87% of our taxpayers used e-filing to file their return. I encourage all of our taxpayers to take a look at our website, iowa.gov/tax, to see if they qualify for the free file program. Go there first before you start your federal return. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Mark Reed with the Intuit Financial Freedom Foundation, and I'd like to thank Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds, Governor Branstad, Revenue Director Courtney K. Decker, and the state officials who have supported Iowa Free File over these many years. We also like to thank you for your leadership in bringing the benefits of Free File to Iowa taxpayers. Our CEO, Brad Smith, likes to talk about why Intuit donates TurboTax to the free file tax product to states, and he often says it's the easy and it's the right thing to do. Intuit is committed to simplifying the business of life to people at all income levels. We feel that tax time is a great opportunity to provide taxpayers with empowerment and engagement around preparing and filing your tax return. We believe that the individual is the best person to do their taxes for a couple of reasons. One, no one knows better what's happened over the past year of life than you, the individual taxpayer. And after all, taxes tend to be the story of our lives. What did we do? What credits do we are we eligible for? What deductions are we eligible for? So we feel like this is a great way to engage. Intuit has been donating TurboTax for the past 10 years, and we see firsthand how this software allows individuals who thought they couldn't do their own taxes to do them, and they actually find out that it is very easy. And by doing their own taxes, individuals are able to get a picture of their own finances and the best way to manage their money, and again, take advantage of all the tax deductions that are available to them. Again, it is remarkable to see all of you here. We're happy to partner with the state of Iowa, and we appreciate this opportunity to share. Thank you.
Well, thank you. We would go ahead and open it up for questions. Yep. There's six. Oh, I'm sorry. There's six.
It's Kai Decker. Yes. Yeah.
Do you know how many returns have been filed so far?
Thus far in the season, I don't have that data in front of me. I'm sure I'll have it later this week.
So you don't know how many people, if the percentage may be higher in terms of that?
It's too soon to tell what the percentage will be. We don't usually make that final determination until October, after the final extended deadline has passed.
Did you say previously about 87%?
Last year for the 2012 tax year,
Yeah.
2013 filing season, it was 87%,
87%.
which is one of the highest in the country.
You file yours?
Do I file mine electronically? I sure do.
Any other questions?
I guess
Okay.
another issue.
Oh, okay.
There's interest in changing the local option sales tax. I'm just wondering if that gets to the governor's office.
Well, it's always been the policy of this governor not to comment on legislation that's still in the process. And so I know that it's a piece of legislation that's being looked at, supported in a bipartisan manner. So we'll take a look at that and thoroughly review it when it gets to the governor's office.
Governor, you probably were in the story in the paper on Sunday about secret settlements. When did you find out about these settlements? Did you approve the idea of paying additional money to people for them to remain silent about these settlements? And is it the policy of the Branstad administration to get rid of people because they're Democrats?
Now, we're going to try to start at the top on all those questions and work our way through. But first and foremost, this administration has ran on transparency, open, and honest government. We also ran with a very focused agenda of reducing the size and scope of government, making it more leaner and efficient so that we're best utilizing taxpayers' dollars while continuing to provide quality service to Iowans across this state. I learned about this yesterday. The governor and I have, when I talk about open and transparent government, we did.
First you knew about these settlements?
Yesterday was the first that I knew about the settlements. We put in place not only the Iowa Public Information Board with the Transparency Director of Bill Monroe, we also hold weekly press conferences every Monday. The governor and I travel to all 99 counties each and every year. It gives us an opportunity through town halls or meeting with business and industry to talk about policy, to take questions, concerns, and we will continue to provide that kind of transparent and open government. We found it troubling when we learned about the confidentiality clause, and we intend to put together a group that will perform a comprehensive review of the process.
So did Governor Branstad know about these settlements before yesterday?
I don't believe that either one of us, I know I didn't, and I don't believe he knew either. You know, he's out this week, but has been in constant contact with Chief of Staff Matt Hinch, and it is his intention to put together a group and perform a comprehensive review of the process that has taken place so that we can get the answers to the questions that have been posed.
Why would you both not know this until the paper put it out?
Well, you know, we put in place, when we're looking for directors, individuals to serve as the director of the various agencies and state departments, I can tell you as we travel the state, we're always looking for bright talent, people that are excelling, and we appoint them to lead the State Department and agencies. We're not a micromanager, and we expect them to manage their office. If something does raise that we believe needs to be reviewed, at that point, we will step in and put together a group that will review this in a comprehensive manner, that so we can either take action on whatever steps need to be taken action on moving forward.
But the article indicated that there were questions through your spokesman about these confidentiality agreements. You're saying you were never notified by your staff that questions were being asked?
No, we did not find out until yesterday, and so that is why, again, we are putting together a group that will do a complete review, a comprehensive review of the process that's taking place, so that we can continue to operate in a transparent and open manner.
What is this group?
We'll be establishing that this week. We want to make sure that we have all stakeholders at the table. We want to make sure that it's a group that can review the process, and we will be putting that together this week.
To be clear, your staff knew about this throughout the terms of this process, but you and the governor did not? Is that?
No, the staff did not I am not aware that staff knew. I do not believe that they did. We talked to them yesterday, and in doing the review, we will again continue to take a look at the process and take action where action is required.
There are two U.S. senators coming this week, Ted Cruz and White House. Do you plan on meeting with either of them or discussing anything with them?
I am not, because I am leaving tomorrow for Washington, D.C. The National Lieutenant Governors Association is holding their annual meeting in Washington, D.C., and I am on the executive board and will be participating in that meeting, as well as meeting with workforce development issues, STEM-related issues, and Iowa Home Base. Always trying to market the Home Base Iowa initiative that we're proposing in our legislation this year.
A recent Quinnipiac poll shows that Bruce Braley is double-digit leads over most other Republican candidates for Senate. What needs to be done for Senator Ernst's campaign that run your slow line for?
Well, I have tremendous confidence in her work ethic and doing what she needs to do to be successful. First of all I think we need to do is Bruce Braley has been part of the problem in Washington, D.C., and if you look at the dysfunction that's happening out in Washington, D.C., and you compare that to what's happening here in Iowa, we have a balanced budget, we're reducing taxes, we're investing in education, and our greatest asset, our children. We passed an Iowa Health and Wellness Plan that improves Medicaid. It works on, it's an Iowa plan, it's an Iowa solution, and it helps Iowans move to private insurance while making them healthier, and that's the way that we're going to control health care costs moving forward. I think that's a contrast that's going to play in favor for Republicans, no matter who our candidate is this year. when we can stand and talk about what we've done in Iowa and how we've managed the state and the economy that's growing and great paying jobs that we're bringing to Iowa, and you contrast that to what's happening in Washington, D.C., that's a contrast that I like to make, we will make, and I believe it's a contrast that will be successful come Election Day.
So you're not concerned that
I am not concerned at all. This is early in the process. Once we get through a primary and we know who our candidate is, I believe it'll be a candidate that will be able to be the best contrast to Congressman Bruce Braley, and I believe will win that race and as well as in the Senate congressional races based on what's taken place and what's not taking place in the federal government.
Someone who served in Iowa Senate, do you think it's okay that Joni only been in Senate one day the past 2 weeks?
You know, I have confidence in Joni, and she's accessible. She's serving her constituents, and I believe she's doing a great job and doing what she needs to do.
That tremendous confidence in her work. I mean, doesn't that speak to her work ethic when you have a job, but you aren't on the job? Most days, except one.
You know, she serves our country, and she's served her district, and now she's wanting to serve the state. And I believe she's doing what she feels she needs to do to be successful, to have the opportunity to serve Iowans. And, you know, with technology and with cell phones, you're able to keep in contact with individuals that you represent. But those are questions you need to ask Joni. So I'm confident that she's doing it. She's working hard. She's representing her district, so.
One nice little
Yep.
question is, what's your response to city leaders who say that they need more options for raising revenues and property taxes, but that they're limited by what?
Well, this is an alternative that it goes to the vote of the people, so they will decide if it's something that they agree on. They also can decide what it's used for, the time limit. So it's ultimately a decision that will be made by the taxpayers of Iowa, and so that's why they're presenting it to the legislature to look at different options. But I like the fact that ultimately it will be decided by the taxpayers of Iowa whether they move forward or not with it.